Hi, hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can.
Okay, great. So, this new lesson, momentum, is a very important lesson because this will completely determine your future in physics. Most of the time, this will apply in many fields. Even in if you are just wishing to do any kind of like advanced physics stuff in your university level, this will be the foundation for you. The reason is this will entirely judge your journey in future. Like most of the like so modern physics, modern physics in the other way, like we used to say, like a theory of relativity, and many of these will be basically based on momentum. So please pay more attention to this part. It is pretty easy, easier than motion. Sorry, laws of motion so far, what you have done, and easier than friction. But you can make it worse than any of the previous mentioned lessons if you miss. So please listen firstly, then reason, and let's do. And I hope you guys read the document I provided you, the tute. Did you try to read? Did you try to read that? කියවෙ නැද්ද තාම? කමක් නැහැ. කියවන්න බැරි වුණත් අවුලක් නැහැ. If you couldn't do it, couldn't read it, still doesn't matter. We can move forward. Just read first few pages. Last few pages you can't read with your current comprehension. By the way, momentum. What is the meaning of momentum? Actually, this is like definitionless because we can provide some weird definitions, but there is no such specific exact definition for this part. So there are some definitions, but I can just give you those definitions even in books, but book to book it differs because we can only get certain idea about what is momentum. Okay. Let me explain you with one simple idea. Imagine like you have three different balls. One is a regular plastic ball. Regular simple plastic ball. You throw it with speed of 10 ms minus 1 at your friend. You actually hitting him or her. Then you find the same size tennis ball and you hit your friend 10 ms minus 1. And the friend would scream at you, "What the heck are you doing?" Like that. The reason is why? Because it's painful. It's definitely painful. This is like 36 meters per second, sorry, kilometers per hour speed, so something little bit painful. If it is 20 meters per second, because I didn't get 20 meters per second, the reason is it is not real because for a small plastic ball you can't give that speed, but for short distance you can give. Imagine like 20 meters per second, like 72 kilometers per hour, right? Now you do the same thing with same size a regular cricket ball. I'm not talking about tennis ball. Tennis ball means for tennis sport, but there are some regular tennis balls. Sorry, cricket balls. That means leather ball. What would happen to your friend after that ball hit Newton's third law automatically? No Newton's third law for the Newton. What is called cricket ball. Your friend would die instantly. So no Newton's third law, may die instantly. Simply RIP, no? Yeah, correct. Why would you think that? What is the reason behind it? I don't know. Huh? Why is that? What is the reason? Very good. Very good. Very good. I got one answer exactly correct. Inertia. But the velocity is high, I provide the same speed. 20, 20, 20. In the first one, it hits. Oh, that's it. In the second one, the friend pick the ball up and chase you after like few kilometers. Hello, right. But the third one, you throw at your friend. Very dangerous. So you can sing like so beautiful. Why? He may die because it's fatal. The reason is this one may have somewhere like mass of 15 to 20, like 30 gram, 15 to 30 gram. This may have somewhere like 60 to 80 grams, but here it is like 155 gram and still very hard. Forgetting about the hardness, but the mass is still very high, so it causes damage. So you may understand when the mass increase, momentum increase under the same velocity. You throw at the same velocity, but different momentum. Okay. Now you do the same thing with the same speed. Now you try to do it something. Certain stone, which is 5 grams, just 5 grams, you throw at 20 meters per second at someone, it may still cause some damage. Some damage, like if it hit the eye, it will be really dangerous, but even in a decent area like in the arm or something, it's still painful. Now the next thing is you fire this thing at someone, 400 meters per second. Wow. That means in a gun you fired at someone. Now the case is different. He may die. He may differently die. Definitely die, there is a high possibility. What is the reason? Same mass of 5 grams. Same mass of 5 grams. The thing is, this one is also made out of a metal, the same metal, but the speed is very high. In this one, you have the same speed. Here, you have the same mass, but the speeds are two different things, two different velocities. As a result of it, you get like two different momentum. Now, can you get certain idea about what type of stuff is this momentum all about? මේ momentum කියන යාළුවා මොන වගේ කෙනෙක් වෙනවද? What kind of friend is that momentum? Tell me. Good friend or bad friend? It's definitely good and bad as well. Doesn't matter. Both. Like friction. So somehow your friend has some qualities. You may understand the properties of friend. What can you say about the friend? ये बहुत खतरनाक गोलक है. What can you say about it? Huh? I have no idea. How does it change time to time? යාළුවෙක් ඉන්න ඔහුගේ වැඩේ කොයි වෙලෙත් විනාඩි 5න් පාට වෙනස් වෙනවා. ඒ වගේ කෙනෙක්. ඒක වෙලාවකට කියන්න පුළුවන් he's not cool, he's calm, you can ask anything. Then the other moment you can predict him. Hey, he's dangerous. Don't go near him. Don't talk to him. He will throw whatever at his hand now. It changes with two different things. What are the two factors that affect? Huh? Very good. I get the answer. Others? 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 Huh? Tell me. Hello, guys. Not moment, momentum. So I got like 2 answers so far. From those 2 answers, they say like mass and velocity will determine what the magnitude of the momentum, right? So if you change the mass, you can get 3 different momentums. Momenta actually, 3 different momenta for 3 different bodies. And for the 2 different bodies, one is a bullet, other one is a piece of metal made out of the same metal made out that made the bullet, same mass, but traveling at 2 different velocities may cause different type of damages. Ane? Hakiyan. Say yes if you understood. So momentum is a different thing. Different thing in the sense it may vary according to different type of applications. So the momentum definition is also different from place to place. So write a very big topic, momentum. I haven't written here. Momentum. Momentum. So if you are a cricket fan, you may just have heard this word all the time. They got the momentum what they want sometimes, right? If they hit like 2 sixes, a couple of sixes in the row, so they get the momentum back to themselves. Or the bowling team, if they seize them with like 2 consecutive maiden overs or 2 consecutive like restricting overs or 1 or 2 wickets, so the bowling side get the momentum. Or if the batting side just keep hammering, they say like, or they get the momentum all the way. Also, they say like, if they just restrict themselves, like stuck themselves while just not playing good shots, they just cut loose the run rate. They say like, they lost their momentum. Or sometimes, in the case of like losing the ball, the batsman hit the ball out of the park, then they have to wait for another ball to come. In the meanwhile, they may get like a distractful mindset. Then the commentators would say like, they are just keep more losing the momentum. They just keep losing the momentum. It takes a long time. Now the batsmen are not settled again. That means they have to settle themselves again. So it is like that. You may have heard this word momentum. Momentum. That means you can demolish others and move forward. That is the simplest meaning. Okay. So now let's write 2 definitions. One is like the general definition you may have already seen or not. So you may write like this way. The product of mass and velocity is momentum, one way. The other thing is the amount of motion of a body. Amount of motion of a body. ඔය දෙකෙන් එකකවත් clear explanation එකක් දෙන්නේ නැත. Both are valid, but the thing is, none of them just give you clear explanation about what type of thing momentum is. But for we can understand by some examples too, by the way. Have a good look at, you throw a plastic ball at 20 ms minus 1, you throw a tennis ball at the same speed, you throw a cricket ball at the same speed. 3 different things may cause 3 different level of damages. Understood? Say yes if you understood. Yes, the okay, great. 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 Okay. Now, did you write those 2 definitions? One is the product of mass and velocity. The other thing is the amount of motion of a body. Amount of motion of a body. Ane? Lamai, I have to ask you one thing. So, what system you would like this to see? In previously, I used a different camera. In that one, you can't see the colors. So, if I draw something with blue, it appears to be like black. If I draw something with blue, sorry, yellow, orange, or any green or whatever color, it appears to be like what? Black. Whatever the color I draw, it appears to be like black. But here in this camera, you can see colors separately. But when I see the videos, I could see something. There is a kind of technical advancement may also cause drawbacks. That means it's just focusing on high bright areas. So these areas may appear really too much of brighter. When I move away, it appears to be a different way. When I come closer, it is lightening up too much. When I go back, so like it has some kind of, I think, AI process or something. So unfortunately, it always trying to focusing on too much brightness area. So are you compatible with this camera setup for the previous one? I want to know quickly. Previous camera setup for this one. Oh, previous one. Okay. Yeah. So that brightness control setup, I just try to find out. But the thing is, I am still figuring out how to turn it off somehow. By the way, this one include more details in detail, but the thing is, it is technical advancement sometimes causes some drawbacks. The best advantage for this one is like you can see the clear different colors. But when I see the recording, I could see something else. So that's why. Yeah. Frames per second rate is very high in that previous one. No? Okay. I'll try with the previous one in the next week. Okay, by the way. Yeah. Have a good look at. So that is the cos now. With the velocity, it changes. Sorry, mass. Now, right. So the momentum may vary with external factors. Sorry, may vary with two factors. May vary with two factors. Now just write these three as examples. First one you have to write like a plastic ball weighing some 30 grams, moving at 20 ms minus 1 for the first incident, and draw it. The second one and the third one. So let's write the amounts later, not now. We can calculate and write the amounts later. So 60 grams, we can only take like 30 grams for this one. Okay. Now just write the next one. A regular tennis ball traveling at 20 ms minus 1. Speed of 20 ms minus 1. And the third one is a regular cricket ball which is traveling at 20 ms minus 1. We can include the values later, but for now, okay, guys. Now quickly let's move on to another topic. So now right. In above three phenomena, in above three phenomena, all three balls are traveling at same speed. All three balls are traveling at same speed. All three balls are traveling at same speed. But the momentum factor is changing. Momentum factor is changing. Like P1 is smaller than P2, P2 is smaller than P3. So you can write this. Arne? Okay, Raman? I hope you copied. Now write this in a new line. Write this in a new line. And momentum may also vary with change of velocity. Change of velocity. How? Right. Here now you have B for bullet, PS for stone. So you can just definitely see that the bullet is way greater, not just way greater than the stone. So now write firing a bullet of 5 gram. Firing a bullet of 5 gram at the speed of 400 meters per second. At the speed of 400 meters per second. Now copy this one, first one. And the next point is throwing a stone at 20 ms minus 1. Okay. Okay, I have to ask one student a thing. Your name is someone like Fatima Yasir, no? Fatima, can you speak up or at least type? Fatima, I'm talking to you. Can you speak up or text? Yeah, okay, at least text. Okay, where are you from? Where are you from? Dargah Town in Alutgama, na? Okay. By the way, what is the last lesson that you have covered in your previous class? What is the very last lesson you covered in your previous class? Yeah, unit 2 is going on. We are still going on unit 2 now. I'm asking about a specific subtopic you covered. Like we are in momentum, like that. Whatever the subtopic you are in. Still in equilibrium of forces. That means you didn't cover anything like Newton's laws of motion yet? Newton's laws of motions? No, okay. So momentum you can definitely catch up with here because it's a lesson. It is free from all the other points. But we have done that Newton's law part. You may have to just watch these at least like last recordings of the last 3 weeks. Past 3 weeks, that's going to be help you. From here on, you can catch up whatever the lesson we are going to teach because this is a very brand new lesson, momentum. Okay. Momentum is catchable for anybody because it's a new beginning for this lesson. Nothing is from previous. Okay. Right. Now write the next example. A stone which is 5 gram is throwing at 20 ms minus 1. You missed the 20:45 of minutes of last class. So that's why I added the recording. You have to watch those recording, man. I sent you the tute right now. I sent you the tute right now, just before the class beginning. Okay. Now, right, the bullet has a way bigger momentum, even though the mass is same. The bullet has a way bigger momentum, even though the mass is same. Even though the mass is same. The reason behind this is, but momentum may also vary with. The reason behind this is, the momentum factor may vary. Okay. The reason behind this is the momentum factor may vary according to the speed or velocity. Sorry, put like velocity. Now you can write this point. Momentum is proportional to mass. If it increase, it increase. If decrease, it decrease. Good. Now in the other way, is, now you found this, the velocity also change. Momentum is proportional to velocity as well. When you increase the velocity, momentum factor increase. When you decrease the velocity, momentum factor also decrease. Very simple thing. Include this into your notes as well. Okay. Okay, under. Okay. Very good. Right. Now, wait, I'm not going to erase. Now we can write the finalized equation for this one. The finalized equation is P is equals to M into V. P is equals to M into V. That means it is the product of mass and product of velocity altogether. If you want to write something like an example diagram, simple thing, M into V. It has the momentum of P in that direction. Copy with the diagram if you want. Very simple thing. Okay, let's find these values now. I'm going to erase this part. Let's find the value. 30 gram times 20 meters per second. P is equals to 30 over 1000 times 20. 0 cancel off and 0.6 kg ms minus 1. Very simple calculation. Everybody can do it. Now for the next one, it is like P1 and P2 is going to be like 60 over 1000 times 20. Why did I divide it by 1000? Can anybody tell me why did I divide it by 1000? Why did I divide it by 1000? Yeah, because it is given in grams, you have to convert it to in kilograms by dividing it by factor of 1000. Very good. And the next point is P3 is going to be 155 over 1000 times 20. 0 cancel off. So 310, it is like, 310, 3.1. Oh, I didn't put the answer here. It is like 1.2 kg ms minus 1. This is like 3.1 kg ms minus 1. Comparatively, really high momentum. Really high momentum. So the plastic ball, I can hit the ball with this. No problem. But this is a golf ball, even harder than cricket ball. If I hit the ball, that might be the last day I stay in my own home. Because why? This ball is also as somewhere like the same mass. And the thing is very hard. If I hit, definitely ball may get cracked at least with that much of speed. Boom ගාලා සද්දයක් එයි. ඊට විනාඩි දෙකක් විතර යද්දි ඔයාලට ඇහි නිකන් අර මොකෙක් හරි කෑ ගහගෙන දුවනවා. එච්චරයි ඊට පස්සේ වැඩි ඉවරයි. හරි. So momentum. It is a matter of momentum. If I throw this at hard speed, it will definitely make at least like a small crack of the paint even. So the momentum does matter with what? Mass. I can make myself unconscious of my. Okay, by the way. Momentum. Okay, this part is pretty much easy. Now write these numbers as well yourself. Now here, let's find it out. 5 over 1000 times 400. Oh yeah. Now it is like 20 divided by 10 is 2 kg ms minus 1. And here 5 gram over 1000 times 20. 10 over means like 0.1 kg ms minus 1. Very big difference. 20 times more. That 20 times may cause a death because of the breaking strength of the skull or any of these kind of like a bone. It's not that hard, so you can easily penetrate through it. Right, copy these things. These things are pretty easier, very easy. But not the momentum is that easy. අපි momentum වෙනස් වෙන තැන් ටික පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු. මේ බබාලාගේ understanding එක මොන වගේද කියලා බලමු. I am going to give you a theory in form of a question. Theory එකක් දෙනවා question එකක් වගේ. බලමුද ඒක? Theory එකක් but in a question form. Did you complete all of these? බලමු කී දෙනෙක් smart ද කියලා. Smart. Write down this simple question. බලලා මම පොඩි question එකකුත් දෙන්නම් තනියෙන් කරන්න නැත්නම් පවුනේ මේ ළමයි. Simple question is a ball of mass 50 grams. A ball of mass 50 grams is projected with the speed of 100 meters per second. 100 meters per second. Find out the momentum of the ball. මේ ගාන විතරයි හදවන්නේ. ඔබ මේකෙන් 100ක් හදුවත් ඇති වැඩක් නැහැ. It is really easy. මම හදන්නම්. 50 over 1000 times 100. 0, 0, and another 0. 5 kg ms minus 1 local momentum. Right. These are very easy. That's why I solved it myself. You can write this one as an example. Even, but this one is not going to be that easy. It will definitely comes under your understanding level. Okay. Let me give you a certain question. Now, right? A machine can project a machine can project 12,000 a machine can project 12,000 small spheres of iron. 12,000 small spheres of iron for a time period of 5 minutes. 5 minutes. For a time period of 5 minutes. At the velocity of 1 40 meters per second. The velocity of 40 meters per second. Each ball has a mass of 10 grams. 10 grams. 10 grams. Write down the answer question. Find out the amount of force exerted by the machine on small iron balls. Okay, hitana tarang lazy ne. This is not that easy, but if you are smart enough, you can find out the answer pretty easily. Pretty much of easily. It says what? A machine like a gun. It throws how many particles? 12,000 small iron balls. Each has a mass of 10 grams. 10 grams. Each has a mass of 10 grams. So the velocity of them is 40 meters per second. The total time duration is 300 seconds. What I am asking is the force exerted by the machine. Looks very complicated, but if you think wisely, you can get the answer in a flash. Let your mind to speak. විනාඩි ගන්න මම timings දාන්නේ. ඔයාලට එතරම් time ගන්න දෙනවා. But you have to tell me the answer. You want me to repeat the question? No. I'm not repeating the question. Look at the numbers and try. පැයක විතර පස්සේ කියන්න එපා repeat the question කියලා. Find out the force exerted by the machine. If I briefly say, it was like a machine can project 12,000 small iron spheres for a time period of 5 minutes කියලා නේ කිව්වේ. මම seconds ගන්නත් ලියනවා. ඔයාලට කරන්න තියෙනවට මම කරා. 5 minutes. And under speed of 40 meters per second and the mass of one ball is 10 grams. I asked the force exerted by the machine. The force F. That's a question mark. ඉතින් ප්‍රශ්නයක් කියද්දි ලියා ගන්න බැරි වුණා නම් එවෙලෙම අහන්න. පැයකට විතර පස්සේ අහන්න එපා. කියන්නේ නැහැ. Remember? I got one answer from one of my students. She's a good one. Let's see. The answer might be really correct. One of the very frontline contender in the class. Others? Then නිකන් සමහරුන්ට නම් ඔළුවට පොල් එකකින් ගහලා වගේ. They might feel like they are overwhelmed. So, exactly half of her answer. Let's see. I don't know. Ah, okay. Again, her answer. Oh my God. Oh, no. It's too big. It's too big. Ammo. Yeah, I'm getting the same answer again from someone. Another girl. Hari. Dangati. Stop your work. Everybody, stop your work. But I want to ask you one single thing from you. Hey guys, is this question very hard or easy? හදපු කට්ටිය easy කියන්න එපා. යාළුවා easy නිසානේ හැදුවේ. අනිත් අය. Is that question really easy or hard? Tell me. Hey. කොහමද ළමයි? Very bad girls and very bad boys. Is this easy or hard, man? I'm really fed up with. Hard because I don't know how to do. Oh, yeah. Others. Ekkenek kiwa hard because I don't know how to do. That's good because you don't know. Once I explain, speechless. I got an answer, so it's answer correct. Easy, not hard. You got an answer. If answer is correct, that's easy, not hard. Okay. Others? No, it is not a problem with whether the answer is correct or not. If you can still try it, that means it is easy. If you may get the answer wrong, it doesn't matter. If you can try in some way, right? This is a bit complicated, but an easy question. Once you just get used to this thing, so for one object, what is the momentum? M is the mass, V is velocity, momentum is P is equals to mv is the momentum equation for one object. If you want to find out the total momentum, you have to consider all of these particles. It is certain n number of particles. Please try to use algebraical expressions as much as you can. Unfortunately, these students were really hating algebra right from year 6 to 7, 8. යාලා algebra කියන වචනේ හෙද්දි හරි අකමැති. Because the teachers were teaching at that age very unpleasant way. They don't teach why it is. හරි කටපාඩම් විදියට කියලා දෙනවා. එපා වෙනවනේ. John thinks of a number which is m. If you add 15 to that, write an expression for that if the value is p. ඔහොම කියනවා. හිතන පැත්ත කියලා දෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔහේ කරලා දානවා. අහුවෙන එක අල්ලන් යනවා. බැරි එකට බැරි වෙනවා. එහෙමනේ. තමයි දන්නවද ලංකාවට කෙලවෙලා තියෙන ප්‍රධාන හේතුවක්? මේ there are like Tamil students and Muslim students, and I will say the same thing in English again, but I would like to say this in Sinhalese first. ලංකාවට කෙලවෙලා තියෙන්නේ primary education එක මාරවුල්. ගොඩක් primary teachers ලා ඉන්නවා සමහර ස්කූල් වල නිකන් A level ඉවස්ලා. A level එකත් නිකන් යාන්තම් මොන හරි නිකන් ඔය යටෝගෙන diploma එකක් යන්තම් කොහෙන් හරි කරගෙන ඉවරයි. ඉතින් ඔයාලා දන්නවද primary එකේ තමයි ඉන්න ඕනේ හොඳම qualified set එක. A level වල නැතත් primary එකේ ඉන්න ඕනේ පට්ටම qualified set එක. ඇයි? Primary education, they are just nurturing the future of the country and the world. So to fulfill their demands, you have to broaden their mindset, thinking pattern and everything. But they only depending on certain book and they ගහක් කරගෙන ඉහිලා කවි කියවනවා, අට්ට පාඩම් කරනවා මොනවද? Pel kavi, paru kavi, goyam kavi. Japan got that. Not only Japan, and I think best thing is Finland one, because let me explain you one thing. Like 4 years ago, there was one of my students who's from like Kalavatta, came to one of my classes, an Edexcel student who was in Gateway Nigambo. He hasn't done any physics, any chemistry, any biology, any some kind of like further mathematics or anything. Said like, that's the first encounter. I just found someone face to face. So his mother said, "Sir, my son has never done any physics. So can you find a good chemistry teacher for him as well?" Yes, I found. And just he enrolled in my classes. And I said, that means I said like, I don't know whether he can catch up this week. They said like, oh, ane apit loku waradak karagatta meyawa iskolaට දැම්මා නෙමයි එයාලට Finland system එකකට මම අහලා තිබුණා Finland system එක හොඳයි කියලා. But this guy doesn't have any specific knowledge about physics. Then I thought, how the heck he can catch up? But within 2 weeks, I get to know about the guy. He could easily calculate stuff. Others are struggling and crawling. But the guy can move other no kisi gala. Chemistry bullet take, bullet take class highest in the upcoming term test. Because why? They have broadened his level of thinking. මට එතකොට තමයි තේරුනේ මේ මිනිස්සු ලක්ෂ 10ක විතර ටර්ම් ලක්ෂ 10ක් හරි 15ක් හරි ටර්ම් ෆී එක එච්චර ගාණක් දීලා අර කියන ඉස්කෝලේට දාලා තියන්නේ ඇයි කියලා. මට ස්කූල් ප්‍රොමෝට් කරන්න ඕනේ නැති නිසා මම නම් ගම් කියන්නේ යන්නේ නැහැ ස්කූල් එකේ තේරුමක් නැහැ. ලංකාවේ ඉන්න টොප්ම ක්ලාස් එකේ මිනිස්සුන්ගේ සල්ලිම කාර්යෝන්ගේ ළමයි ඔක්කොම යන තැනක් ඒක. ඒ දවස්වල ටර්ම් ෆී එක ලක්ෂ 15ක් දුන්නේ. ටීචර්ස්ලා ගොඩ දෙනෙක් ජර්මන් ඇමරිකාව වලින් ආපු සුද්දු. කියන්නද හේතුව? උන්ගේ ඔළුව හදලා තියෙන විදිය මම පස්සේ අහගත්ත කොල්ලගෙන්. මම කිව්වා Dinesh, I have a very big doubt. How could you perform like this? You are really genius. That's also fact. But apart from your geniusness, you even don't know this type of specific subjects. How could you have that much of knowledge? Then he said like, so they start to teach some kind of topic like water. Firstly, like a philosopher type of teacher, just bring them to like a kind of like river, and they explain like what is water and what is the use of water in ancient time, like a story. Then they can take down their interested parts if they forget. Like no competitive exams. එහෙම ලොකුවට නැහැ. Finnish system එකනේ. අනේ වතුර ගැන හොඳ ලස්සනට නිකන් history එක මැවෙන්න ලස්සනට කියලා දෙනවා. නිකන් අපේ වගේ කටපාඩම් history එකක් නෙමෙයි. වතුර එක දැන් වල මොහන්දජාරෝ හරප්පා and Indo Valley and all the things. And then another chemistry teacher comes and he explains like water is consist of hydrogen and oxygen. This is how it reacts, and these are the chemical properties, these are the physical properties. And physics teacher may come and explain like the hydrodynamic and everything. By the time he completes all the knowledge, කිසිම stress එකක් නැතිව හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන්ද? So another thing, primary එකේ ඔළුව කාලා secondary එකට එනවා 6න් පස්සේ 11 වෙනකන් අම්මාට ඔළුව හරක්ක වගේ ගගා උගන්වනවා. 6 7 8 දී algebra එපාම කරවනවා. ඉතින් කොහොමද කියන්නකො මේවා algebra විදියට හිතන්නේ? මම try එකක් දෙනවා ඔයාලට හිතන්න පුරුදු කරන්න ළමයි. සමහර මාත් එක්ක හරි තරහයි. ඒ දන්නවද? මම උගන්වන විදිය හරි tough කියලා. ඒක tough නෙමෙයි ළමයි, හරිම user friendly විදියක්. තව මාසයක් දෙකක් අල්ලන් හිටියොත් තේරෙයි. ඒ දන්නවද? මම හිතන විදිය කරන්න පුරුදු කරනවා. මට නිරෝසන් අයියා හැමදාම බයිනවා. ඔය 2000න් පස්සේ උන් හරක්ට හරක්ගේ පාඩු ඉන්න දීපා. මම අනිත් පැත්තට කියනවා නෑ. මොන හරක වුණත් හරක් ටික හැරිලා යාදී මට වැඩක් කරන උන් ඉන්නවනම් එකෙක් ඉතුරුනොත් උත් එක කරගෙන යනවා. ළමයි මෙතෙන්ට කියලා දුන්නේ නැත්නම් කැම්පස් එකකට ගිහිල්ලා ඔයාලා ඉර ගන්නවා ළමයි ඉරාගෙන ඉල්ල කේලවල නම් කටපාඩම් කරලා ගොඩ යන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලගේ thinking pattern එක හැදිලා නැහැනේ. In university nobody to force you, nobody to guide you, but there are everybody to cut loose your marks and fail your exams. repeat කරන්න බලාගෙන ඉන්නවා. අකුරක් නිකන් ඇදේට ගහලා තිබුණොත් ලකුණු කපනවා. අර බෝඩ් මාජින් හරියට රූල පොඩ්ඩක් එහා මෙහා වුණොත් අන්න ලකුණු කපනවා. throw කරනවා submit that again. plate submission. ඒක නිසා හදාගෙන යන්නේ. හරි. So use this type of algebraical stuff. I use the total number of particles projected as simple n. So the total momentum is going to be n m v. Can you understand? Use as much as of algebra. I'm asking something like change of momentum. So I will teach you change of momentum just after this, but just this and one more knowledgeable thinkable type of question, and again for that. Before that, you may be able to understand what is delta p. Even in the last lesson of Newton's law of motion, I explained you about what is delta p. Change of momentum, that means final momentum, subtract initial momentum. Okay. What is the final momentum? This is the final momentum, throwing off. What is the initial momentum of the ball inside the machine? Batangadi. What is the zero? No motion. This is like my machine. This in my hand. No motion. Zero. Thrown. There is a momentum. At the moment when I throw it from my hand, like this. Okay. But before momentum is zero. So this is the final momentum. TF. Total final momentum. TF means a tree and a frog. TF means total final momentum. And now you have that. What is the initial momentum? Zero. Now tell me, what is the change of momentum? Delta P. Delta P is equals to just what? N M V only. Delta P. Because initial is zero. Okay, binduවක් අඩු කරා කියලා වෙනසක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ නේ. Now you want to find out force. Can you remember according to Newton's second law of motion? What is the definition of Newton's second law of motion? Can anybody remind that? That is equation wise, that is it. Definition wise, the rate of change of momentum is proportional to the external unbalanced force applied, and the force is in the direction of change of momentum, or change of momentum occur in the direction of force. So technically, the force equation is delta P over delta T. If you have forgotten this Salang Hante. So delta P is this part. What is it? Force is N M V over total time of T. Can you understand that sequence so far? If you have any doubt regarding this sequence, just ask me. When the sequence is there anybody who can't understand this sequence? Please ask me. I'm here to explain you. Tell me. Understood. Others, if there is anybody who can't understand, remember that I don't tell your name. I just ask you, you don't understand. Okay. මම ඔයාලගේ report එකක් මම සතිය 4කට සැරයක් ඔයාලට එවන්න අහනවා. ඔයාලගේ එක්කවත් message එකක්වත් දාලා කියන්නේ නැහැ නේ. මට බෑ, මට පුළුවන්. How can I give you like analytical report for you personally? තේරිච්ච නැතුම් එකෙක්වත් තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ කියන්නේ. මම හිතනවා හැමෝටම තේරලා ඇති කියලා. This is how you get the final momentum and the force. Now you just want to substitute the values. Let's find out. Here N is 12,000. M is what? 10 gram, 10 into 10 to the power minus 3. Okay. This is from gram to kilogram conversion factor. That is by 10 to the power minus 3. එහෙම නැත්නම් 1000න් බෙදන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයත් අමතක වෙච්චාමයි ඇතිනේ. Mass velocity factor is what is the velocity? 40 meters per second. And it is like 5 minute. That means 5 into 60. 0 to 0 cut. මම මෙන්න මේ පහක් කපලා දාන්නම්. 2යි. හරි. 6වත් 1යි. 6වත් 2යි. මේවා පේන්න ඕනේ ආහැට. Only 1 6. Only 2 6s are there. Now I can cancel off 3 zeros from here. Now you only get 3 different numbers, 2, 2, 4. 2 by 2 is 4, 4 by 4 is 16. So your answer should be for the fours is 6. Oh, 16 Newton. Still speechless or can speak? One said like speechless. Can speak up or speechless? Can speak a little bit. Others. බැරිද? හරි. ඔයාලා කැමති දෙයක් හිතාගන්න. ලියාගන්න විනාඩියක් කරන් step by step. Step by step. Oh, if you were not in that my class by the time. That is the Newton's second law of motion. I sent you the video. If you haven't watched that one, you can't understand. Delta P means the change of momentum over time. This means delta P means the change of momentum. I told you delta P means NMV. And delta T means the total time taken. Total time taken is like 300 seconds. I have to substitute. Hane? So from the previous lesson, you only need this part. When කිසි දෙයක් ඕන වෙන්නේ නැහැ. බය නැතුව මෙන්න මේක විතරක් පොඩි තියාගන්න. Nothing you need apart from this equation. Force is equal to change of momentum. Change of momentum means delta P over delta T. I will explain you what is change of momentum in detail. What? In detail. Today. Ada. Hari? Ada කියලා දෙනවා. හරි. ඔයාලා ලියා ගන්න. මම වතුර ටිකක් බීලා එන්න. Honey, delivered. Finish with that. I will explain you one by one. There were few students, they got answer under 1 minute. විනාඩියකට කලින් ගත්තා. More than 5 students. So this is the exam level. මේක තමයි exam එකේ අහන level එක. If you can understand this one, that means you are in the level of exam. If you are not, you have to try. If you want to understand, if you don't understand, ask me. I will explain you one by one. I will give you 10 seconds to decide and I will move to the next question otherwise. Okay, I'm going to count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. දැන් අහන්න එපා කියලා දෙන්න ඈ. Last question before going for the next theory part. Now, right, this is going to be next level. If the previous level was like this much, simple calculations are this much. If the previous question is like this much, this is going to be this much. And the new students might think, අනේ අපි කලින් lesson වලට සර්ගේ හිටියේ නෑනේ. ඒක හින්දා මට තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද දාන්නේ. Others they may think we weren't there I wasn't there in his previous classes. Might be that's why I don't understand this. No. This is actually from the first day of this day. අද දවසේ තියෙන knowledge and your thinking capacity, nothing else. No previous lesson is included. පරණ lesson කිසි දෙයක් අදාළ නැහැ. Nothing is matter from the past lessons, only today's knowledge and your critical thinking ability. Shall we try? Hard? Again. Say yes. Say yes. Oh, yeah කියන්න. Oh, yeah කියන්න එපා ළමයි අඩුම ගානේ yes කියන්න. Let's think of your critical thinking ability or no the. Okay, or no. Or no. Now the thing is, write this question. You may just need your grade 10 knowledge. What knowledge? Year 10 physics knowledge a bit වෙන මෙච්චර. Okay. Now right. A tube of cross-section area. A tube of cross-section area. A tube of cross-section area. Cross-section area of 10 square centimeters. Cross-sectional area of 10 square centimeters. And it carries water. It carries water at the speed of 20 ms minus 1. Speed of 20 ms minus 1 inside of it. Inside of it. And the density of water is 1000 kg m minus 3. This is where you want to know your grade 10 knowledge a bit. Grade 10 වලින් චුට්ටක් ඕනෙ වෙන මෙච්චරයි. Yeah. Now right, find out the momentum of water flowing inside the tube. Inside the tube. අපි බලමු කරලා. හරිද? ඕකේ. බලමු. තව. හරි වෙන්නත් පුළුවන්, වරදින්නත් පුළුවන්. ළමයි කරාද? පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? Can it or can't? I'm getting another big answer. මම දන්නවා ලොකු answer එකක් එන්නේ ඇයි කියලා. I know why it is a very big answer coming. I know why. කියන්න බෑ. ඉක්මනට මම මේ කවුන්ට් කරන ගමන් ගහන්නේ. මගේ කවුන්ට් රේට් එක මම හිතපු ගමන් නවත්තනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ මගේ ටයිම් එක තමයි මේ රන් වෙන්නේ. This is my timer. Stop. Now you can determine whether you can do it or not. පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? පුළුවන්ද බැරිද? Can or can't? Tell me whether you can or can't quickly. Hello guys. Can't. Okay. අඩුම ගානේ can't කියලා හරි දාන්න. can't කියලා තුනක් දැම්මම රක්ටක් ගන්න. can't. Can. Tell me the answer then. If can, tell me the answer. Can't තුනයි, can තුනයි. Can't තුනයි, can තුනයි. 3 can't, 3 can. මම මේ කල්පනා කරන්නේ cannot but I tried it. Very good. Trying is the best thing I want. If you fail at trying, that's still 1,000 times worthier than those who don't try. Try කරන්න නැති උන්ට වඩා try කරලා වරද්ද ගන්න එක what a great. And another thing, I can remember before this class will start, one of the students' mother just called me and tell, sir, අපේ දුවලා එහෙම උත්තර කතා බහ කරලා ඉන්නවා. Then I said her, අම්මේ ඔය කොච්චර කතා කරනවා කිව්වත් මම ඔන්ලයින් එකේදී සත පහකට ෂුවර් නැහැ කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. ලොකු ආන්සර් එකක් ආවේ හරිද දන්නේ නැහැ. ලොකු ආන්සර් එක එන්න හේතුවක් තියෙනවා. ඒ අම්මා අහගෙන ඉන්නවා නම් මම කියනවා ඔන්න දුව අඩුම ගානේ කතා කරනවා කියලා මැසේජ් එකක් දාලවත් පුළුවන් ද බැරිද කියලා කියන්නේ. දුව බෝල් මියුට්. අඩුම ගානේ බෑ කියලා කියන්නෙත් නෑ මැසේජ් එකක් දාලවත්. බුදු අම්මෝ එච්චර ලොකු බෝස් එක. මම දන්නේ නෑ ඊට ළමයි මේ ඔන්ලයින් එකේදී එච්චර මේ කතා කරන්නේ නැත්තේ කියලා. අපි ඒ ලෙවල් කරද්දී ඔන්ලයින් තිබුණා නම් එහෙම ආයෙත් ඉතින් මේ සර්ලාට එපා කරනවා කතා කරලා. මේ ෆිසිකල් එකේ ළමයි 300 500 මැද්ද කතා කරලා සර් මේක දෙන්නේ නැස ගොඩක් කියන්නකො කියලා කෑ ගහනවා අපි. ඕකේ. මේක නිකන් අර අමුතුයිනේ. හරි weird නේ. This is the exam level. හරි. අපි බලමු. First thing is the momentum. Momentum is mass into velocity. One factor is right. One factor is right. Oh yeah. But this is the question mark. How to find out the mass restraint in this one? If I consider the time of t equals to 0 and when it is like time equals to 1 second, the amount of mass inside that, if I can find, that is the amount what I want to find out the momentum in that water flow. That water flow for 1 second. Because the speed is defined in the change of length for the displacement for 1 second. So velocity. I told you from your grade 10 you have to remember one thing, the relationship between mass and density. What is the relationship you had like in mass and density? In this class you will learn this thing in detail in 2 months in the hydrostatic lesson. Hydrostatic lesson you will learn in detail. So in terms of density, rho in all of you learned like density equals to mass over volume. Here rho equals to mass over volume. That is the only thing to import from your grade 10 knowledge. මතක නැත්නම් ඉතින් අමාරුයි. Mass equals to cross multiplication of density multiplied by volume, rho into V. V for volume, V for volume, not for the velocity. Even in the last week I told you, no, the different names for different applications for the same symbol. Can you remember I said like in mu? What is the mu? I said like coefficient of friction, mole. Again what? Dipole moment. People may say very different names, but I told you my cat also say in his own meow. He also say, because he has just heard all my teaching all the time. I am using a certain term again and again in all the lessons. Meow, meow, meow. I told you. Big answer factor, you understood. Very good boy. He also repeatedly said like meow. Now this V, here the what? Velocity, here for volume. In other lessons you will also find it. Voltage, many meanings, but you should be having IQ to apply that in right thing in the right moment. Okay, volume. So for what is the shape of this spark tube? What is the shape of this tube? What is the shape of this tube? Yeah. What is the shape? A cylinder. Good boy. Cylinder has a length of L. හොඳට බලා ගන්න. ෆිසික්ස් කියන්නේ මේ ඔක්කොම ලින්ක් කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනේ. Volume equals to area into length for this cylinder. Area is also given. Length is not given. Length is not given. How to find out the length? We have an equation velocity equals to displacement over time. So displacement is L here. So what is it? L is equals to velocity into time. When I fix this here, you will get an equation, but area into velocity into time. Okay. Now what can I do? This is like equation number 1. This is like equation number 2. I can fit this like equation number 3. Equation number 3 into equation number 2. I get this one. This is equation number 4. Now I can happily fix this equation number 4 into the equation number what? Sorry. Here. Equation number 2. Wait. Into T mass. Sorry. 10th over time. Then I found that. And the equation number 3 is the length. And I have to put that length into what equation? Sorry, I put the equation number 3 at the wrong place. This is the equation number 3. This is 4. Here 4 into 2. 4 into 3 actually. 4 into 3 is here volume I found. Then I have to put that into the equation number 2. Equation number 5 into 2. I get like M equals to what? A rho VT. Equation number 6. Now what I have to do? I have to fix this in the equation number 1. Have a good look at. My final answer is going to be P equals to M. What? Sorry, not M. A rho V T and V. But I told you it is per 1 second. So the E term cancel off T for 1 second. Momentum we find for 1 second. T equals to A rho V to the power 2. A rho V to the power 2. Now I'm going to apply these values to here and have a good look at. P equals to area is 10 into 10 to the power minus 4. Most of you guys didn't put 10 to the power minus 4 because I told you in the last week even when you compare square centimeters to square meters, you have to multiply by 10 to the power minus 4. What is it going to be? 1000 times velocity is 20 by 20. All gone, negative powers gone. 20 by 20 by 10. Your answers are correct. 2000 kg ms minus 1. Madhurukshan was correct, and there was another guy who was also correct. One girl was correct. Very good. It is 2000 kg ms minus 1. තේරිච්ච නැති කට්ටියට තවම තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද? That is my problem. If you couldn't understand, still can't you understand? තවම තේරෙන්නේ නැද්ද? That is your O-level problem. In O-level, I told you you have to have competence level of very good knowledge of what? Mathematics, including area, shapes, and everything. apply these things and watch this video again and again. If you want, if you think like me to explain you again, I will explain you happy. Right. I can also hide these things, and without teaching these deeper concepts, I can just teach you very simple things, simple calculation, and make you really happy. Wow. ඒ සර් කියලා දුන්න අද ඔක්කොම තේරුණා. ඔක්කොම තේරුණා. ඕන දේවල් තේරෙලා නැහැ. එක්සෑම් එකට ආපුවාම ඔහොම ඉන්න ඕනේ නැහනේ. එමින් දාසයිද? එමින් දාසයි අත උස්සන්න දැන් ආතල් එකේ ඉඳලා ගිහිල්ලා එක්සෑම් එකේදී නාන්න. ඉන්නවද? නෑනේ. එහෙනම් මම මෙන්න මේ වගේ එක්සෑම් එකට එන જાති ඒවා පළවෙනි දවසේම කියලා දෙනවා. ආයෙත් බොරුවට ඔළුව අත ගා ඉන්නේ. අද මට කොල්ලෙක් කියනවා සර් හොඳ වෙලාවට සර් අමාරු දේවල් වෙලාසනින් කියලා දීලා යවුවේ. ඉස්කෝලේ මෙහෙම පටන් ගන්නවා මෙහෙම බලද්දි ලෙසන් එකක්ම කරලා ඉවරයි. හොඳ වෙලාවට සර් වෙලාසනින් ඔය ලොකු ලොකු දේවල් කරලා තිබුණ නිසා හොඳයි. That means he said like fortunately you did those things before school to do. They just teach really fast and they give hard questions and it's really hard. Yes man, it is really hard. So that's why I prepare you for. See, most of the classes are just behind us. Why? They take so long. Make it rubber, make it more rubber, and make it more comfortable. But at the end, you have a lesser knowledge, lesser ability, lesser competitive knowledge, lesser thinking capacity in the exam. But one is. Okay. So if you want to, I will explain you one last time. Here, momentum is mass into velocity. Velocity is correct, but the mass is a problem. How to find out mass in terms of density? There is an equation. Density equals to mass over volume. Here, density is in rho equals to m over v. So I can get this equation. M is equals to rho into v, volume. So for a volume of a cylinder, we can write like area into length. So volume means area into length. I have written that. That's my third equation. Third one. And from your normal equations, velocity equals to, this is velocity, distance over time, distance equals to velocity into time. So that's why I took this one fourth equation, L equals to V into T. Now I included the fourth equation to the third one here. Make my third one. So I made another equation, the fifth one, where volume equals to area into velocity into time. Right. So I can include the mass equation. Sorry, that's the fifth one. I am going to substitute this volume to here. Now volume, once I substitute this volume, that means AVT into, instead of this V, I get like area into density into velocity into time. So now I got the sixth one. That is what I missed. Once I substituted it, I get finalized equation what A, rho, V, T, and V. We are defining this for 1 second in momentum. We are taking it for the 1 second. The distance time is just 1 second. I can remove T from it. So my equation becomes T equals to A, rho, V to the power 2. That's it. HRI. A-level exam එකේ අහන જાති එකක්. And now I have to substitute values. 10. Okay. 10, but square centimeters, 10 to the power minus 4, multiplied by 1000 for the density. and 20 by 20, 4 zeros gone. So final thing I'm having it is, oh wait. What in? Wait. I think I have made a mistake here. 10 into 10 to the power minus 4. 1000, okay. 20 by 20, 10 to the power minus 3. 10 to the power minus 3 cancel off, gone. 20 by 20, only 400, not 2000. It is my bad. It is only 400. 400 kg ms minus 1. It is my bad. Not 2000. 400 kg ms minus 1. Okay. Right. Mass into area. Density equals to mass into area. No, man. Density equals to mass or volume. Not area. Volume. Density equals to mass or volume, not mass or area. කතන්දරේ ඉවරයි. Shall I erase? Shall I erase? කියන්නකෝ. කියන්නකෝ. Okay. Okay, that is done, but we have to do a lot more. Okay, guys. Now it is about write a very big topic, change of momentum. මේක තමයි ළමයි තේරුම් ගන්න ඕන ලොකුම දේ. Change of momentum. Write in a word for a certain definition. Now I am going to send this against my board. When it just goes, that is my inertial momentum. When it hits and bounce back, bouncing back thing is my final momentum. Bouncing back thing is my final momentum. Understand? Bouncing thing is my final momentum. Okay. Now write the definition. The difference between inertial momentum and final momentum. Final momentum. Difference between inertial momentum and final momentum is known as change of momentum. What is delta P? Delta P means P final minus P initial. Very simple. Okay. Can you tell me what is P final? P final is MV. MV minus what? MU. You can leave this one at here. You can take this one as an equation. මතක තියාගන්න අපේ ළමයි හැමතිස්සෙම අන්තිම equation එක මතක තියාගන්න හදනවා. But intermediate steps will lead you to many questions and solving answers. So you can sometimes solve the answers using this one. I just mark it like X. I will mark it like Y. And you can also write the finalized version like this way. Delta P is equal to m times what? V minus u as the finalized one. ඔය තුනම හරි important. එකක් කියලා ගන්න බෑ. We can't take just one thing because all three equations are very important and very vital. ආද කියන්න. කියන්න ළමයි. කියන්න බැරිද? Okay. Can you see this one? This is the thing I gave for Peshanita visa. Same set of thing I gave for Peshanita visa for winning her in the first place in term test exam. So this is Newton's Cradle. This will explain you very important rule in today's lesson. But mostly we will just be able to do this one in the next week or end of this day today. Very important rule. එයා අද demonstrate කරලා පෙන්නලා තිතාන හිටියේ ළමයා අද ඒක නිසාම ලැජ්ජාවට අද එන්න බැලු. You know, sir, I'm too shy to demonstrate that in front of the staff. So you will just tell me to do that. So I'm not coming today. වරු එහෙම එකක් නෙමෙයි. එයා අද මේ relative කෙනෙක් එක්ක හැරි ගිහිල්ලා ටික වෙලාවක් පුළුවන් තරම් group එකේ ඉන්නම් කිව්වා class එකේ. The rest of the time she might not be reappearing because the signal problems and many other things are there. ඒත් ඉතින් මම ඊළඟ දවසේ අල්ලගන්න ඔයාව මම කියනවා විෂණී පාඩ ලැජ්ජ හිතුණා නේද කට්ටියට demonstrate කරන්න. So this will give you a very important theory, but today I will try to cover that up or might be next week somehow. It is a very important theory part. If I just keep this on the tabletop, it will last very longer, but this will absorb the momentum into my hands. So the stuff just stops very instantly. But on a tabletop, it will run for few more, twice or three times the time of this. But this is a very good way to demonstrate that momentum thingy. I have like 2 more sets of this. I'm making those sets දෙකක් ගත්තා. This is my copy and there are 2 more. If you guys are really talented in the next term test, you can win one of these, or might be Peshanita visa again winning that for the second time. If she is the first one this time, I'm not giving her this thing again. I will give her a different thing. But for the runner-up, I will give this one, not this one, your own copy. If she gets the same place, I will give her a different stuff. And might be that is the trend. I'm pretty sure it will be a really tough challenge for you. Right? So you have to prepare for yourself. Change of momentum, I'll explain you one by one. It is the time setting up for us in today. So can you just understand these 3 equations in change of momentum? Yes or no? But the problem is You may think, okay, this is easy. Imagine like a car moving at 10 ms minus 1, is speeding up to 15 ms minus 1. Then the change of momentum, you can find out like mass of the car multiplied by 15 subtracted by mass of the car by 10 and get the difference. That's easy. Or applying of brake, it moving at 10 ms minus 1, finally reach to like at a time 5 ms minus 1, opposite of the previous case. Now the final momentum is mass of the car multiplied by 5 subtracted by mass of the car multiplied by 10. That is also easy, but only a minus sign comes before. What is the reason for that minus sign? Can anybody tell me? ඇයි එහෙම minus sign එකක් ඉන්නේ? ඒ minus sign එකේ meaning එක මොකක්ද? What is the meaning of minus sign? Can anybody tell me? What is that minus sign stands for? I don't know. Very good. Very good, Sarina. That indicates the change of direction. Very good. Okay. By the way, I'm really disappointed with your attendance for the paper class. කියලා තිබුණා paper class එකේ Friday තියෙන්නේ කියලා. ගොඩක් කට්ටියට ඒක මතකත් නැහැ. Paper class held on Friday. So only one student came from extra sources. All my students were there because they didn't know about that, because I only put that in the very previous day, and they might be expecting for the next Friday. But you guys know I am going to do the class on that Friday. Then පොඩ්ඩක් කල්පනාවෙන් කරන්න, that group is a but community group. Why it is a community group? Because external people may also join to the class, not my regular students. So I don't really want to expose your numbers to them. එකක් marketing wise එයාලා market කරලා ඔයාලගේ number එක අරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා poll එකක් ගහලා ඔයාලව ගෙනියනවා නම් ඒ යන එක ගැන මට කිසි දුකක් නැහැ. I don't really care about that. But different people with different mindset may come. Different people with different mindset may come. We don't know their identity even. I don't really like to expose your numbers, because not only losing you, because if you guys are just entering to their trapping and their marketing strategy, if they send you like a board of brochure or something, if you go to there, that's your decision, you can go. But who knows, people with different retarded mindset කෙල්ලන්ගේ numbers අරගෙන විකාර කරයි ඉන්නෝනේ ගොන් හරක්. So I don't expose your numbers at first. Then I finalize, then I'll make a different group for paper class once I really identify they as themselves as real students. එකයි community group එකක් දාලා තියෙන. In the community group only I can see the numbers. Only other teachers with admin, they can see the numbers and control, not the participants. ඒවාලා ආපුවාම කල්පනා කරනවා ඉතින් මේ මොකද්ද මහා මුතුයි කියලා. That's the nature of community group. I did that for your protection. ඉතින් එහෙම අර intruders ලා ඇවිල්ලා විකාර කරනවට මම කැමති නෑ. හරි. මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් start කියන්නේ check always whether the student is a real student, getting all this information, talk to them personally, and make sure that they are students and get into the real group. Don't add them to the group even though they just paid. Now these things are really easy. If you get a negative sign, that means the change of direction of applying a momentum in the opposite way, right? The thing is, gonna be really different if the thing is just bouncing back like this. See, it went from here, but I can't get the same thing to here. If I keep my hand at just here, I won't get the ball to my hand. See, it went in a lower trajectory, right? See? Very lower trajectory, right? the ball does not bounce back with the same speed. That's the reason. Because many times of energy lost, even while moving there due to air resistance during the collision, there is a lot of energy lost, but it bounced back with a lower speed. Right. Now write change of momentum in a case of bouncing. Change of momentum in a case of bouncing. MU goes here and strike against, but for my convenience, I will draw it as if bouncing off in this line. But hard to represent no? In a velocity of v. Right, very good. In a momentum v. Right. So you have to find out this is the p final, this is the p initial. I need delta p. Can you tell me an answer for delta p very quickly, please? Can you tell me an answer for delta p very quickly? Okay, copy this one. Bouncing. Go for wall. Like this. Very good. Others? Madhurukshan tried in the next way. Very good, Madhurukshan. You thought of something else. Very good. You applied a real good way. Others? Savindra, give me a high five. One more high five. Very good, boy. Got the exact answer I want. Wow, boy. Others? Others? High five. Others? නැත්ද? හිතා ගන්න බැරිද? No problem. යකාම කාබිය. යකාම කාබිය. යකානිය. Go. බැරිද? බෑ පුළුවන්. I think බරවට තප්පින්න ඕනේ. බෑනේ. හරි. මේ බලන්නකෝ. Write this term. Momentum is a vector quantity. Momentum is a vector quantity. So have to consider of magnitude as well. Direction as well. Sorry, not the magnitude, direction as well. So just can't add or subtract. subtract. What is my equation here? Delta P is equals to MV minus MU. So no, wait. I can't just write like this. P final minus P initial. P final minus P initial. But can't you see that this one is moving to initial, moving to this direction, final moving to the other direction? So can we just simply add and subtract without mentioning about the directions? Can we? Can we or can't we? Say, can we or can't we? Can't. So have a good look at. I am going to consider the final direction as positive. Okay. I'm final direction එක positive කියලා ගන්නවා හරි lazy. තේරෙයි කියලා. So I consider initial direction as negative for this calculation. මම තව ටිකකින් කියන්නම් ඇයි කියලා. I will look at now. I am going to consider my momentum to final here. Here, this one is to the other direction. I told you in a vector system, we can't have something in what direction? Two directions. If you consider this direction as the positive, you will have to treat everything in that way. You can't turn and go to the other direction. It's like you have to consider the first direction as positive. You can only work back like this. I explained this in the vectors lesson. Here we have to apply the knowledge. Here, if I change the direction, that means I will have to apply a negative sign in that one as well and BI. And now I change the arrow by applying another negative to here. Let's see what is happening now. Delta P is equals to MV minus MU. Final answer is going to be MV plus MU. So we can also further calculation, but V plus U. I hope you understand. Why? Because there is one arrow in the other way. You can't leave arrows in two directions. You have to tilt the arrow to here. To do that, you have to apply a negative sign. The calculation will be really easy if you select the final direction as positive. That's why Madhurukshan, you got like a negative in front and stuff, because that's also correct. Yeah, you can also correct use it, but it will be really tedious. Have a good look at if you use the initial direction as positive. MV, you have to write minus MV minus MU. So there is a minus sign. P equals to what? Moving it, removing this minus sign. So minus MV plus U. There will be a negative sign in front. එතකොට නිකන් අර ඒක negative sign එක අමතක වෙලා හරි ගත්තොත් පොඩි ප්‍රශ්නයක් මතුවෙනවා. So here, if you consider the final direction as positive, you can leave it in this type of simple manner. කැමති විදිහකට කරන්න පුළුවන්. But the problem is, if you forget to put the bracket correct way, there will be a problem. In here, you won't find any such problem. Okay. So, is there anybody who can't understand this change of arrow plus? Okay. By the way, for the last week's 1 year program, that means, what is it called? Fast track 1 year program. Only Sarina joined from this class. and she also wanted to take a part of that one. And she said certain wonderful thing as a certain text, like in what is it called, WhatsApp. So, Sarina, if you can speak, can you tell your experience? Only if you can speak now. On the forward girl, Baina tu kya?
I thought the vectors are
Vectors what?
vectors are so
Then
in the 2025 theory class as it get so many days to
yeah.
and in 1 year program it took like 4 hours and I got all the things and it seems like vectors joke.
එයා ඒ වචන වලින් එහෙමම කියලා මට දැම්ම ටෙක්ස්ට් එක. ඇත්තටම ඔය ළමයාට මේ normal class එකේදී vectors එපා වෙලා හිටියේ නේ. You were like really finding
Actually
hard to, yeah. You said like I really hate this lesson, sir. This is really horrible lesson, something like that. But in that 1 year program, I just taught entire vectors lesson within 4 hours. In the first day, I killed entirely the vectors thing and did all the calculations and finished. හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. ඇත්තටම මේ A level මම මෙහෙම රබර් කර කර කරනවට ආස නැහැ. The only thing I am doing in this way is all the other teachers are going even slower than us. If I go in my regular speed, ඔයාලා බලයි මියාකා මාර ස්පීඩ් එක යනවනේ. ඇත්තටම හරියට බැලුවොත් A level syllabus එක උගන්වන්න අවුරුදු දෙකමාරක් යන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. හොඳට ගණන් හදලා. මොකද වැඩකට නැති බහූත කතා කර කර ඉන්න ටයිම් එකේ on topic, if I explain everything on topic, the student can understand fast as well. We can do more calculations in the remaining time. Unfortunately, students are not ready for that. ඒක නිසා මම මේ වැඩේ කරන්න යන්නේ. Yeah, we also took more than 1 month. I took like 5 days to complete that. මොකද මට කරන්න දෙයක් නැති කම. නැත්තම් මම හරි කැමති එක දවසින් කරලා දාන්න. වෙක්ටර්ස් කියන්නේ මහා දෙයක් නෙමෙයි. Okay, let's take an interval for like 10 minutes. Now, what is the time? Is it 10 14:20 PM. Interval 10යි 15 14 interval